Buenos nachos, amigos. I'm Petey Rave, and welcome to Hallyujuku, your K-pop podcast of goodness. Here with me to do this show once again, as we always are, gathered together. I don't know, where did that sentence go? Here with me, as always, is my co-compatriot, my tag team partner, Brandon Cooper, aka King Kaz. How you doing, Kaz?
I don't know. I'm tired. I'm out of it, man. Yeah. Today has not gone as it should. I scheduled way too many things to happen today, and I didn't do any of them. So I'm just on
the bright side, it doesn't look like the Dolphins are going to sign Jay Cutler. As excited as some people have been, so who knows? But we're here. We're here to do the Hallyujuku thing, the East Asian pop culture discussion of fun.
Fuck yeah, my dude.
And we're doing our thing. Of course, we start off every episode. Talk about what's news. Talk about what's caught our attention since we last gathered. Kaz, what's new? What's going on? What's new? What's caught your attention?
So, a few different things have happened, right? All of a sudden, out of nowhere, it became the Flower Boy season, I guess. And I guess the Flower Boys have bloomed. So, Winter being the wanting to not be left out. They put out two of what I'm now calling. I'm now calling this style of song, PD, Flower Boy style, right? So, the first one is called Island by Winter. Now, I say that because it's kind of silly, but it's still has that K-pop style where it's super catchy, but it has the kind of islandy theme, and the boys are just super pretty in the videos, right? And it's just about, man, look how pretty they are, and look how pretty they are in this shot, and then, ooh, look at that silhouette. Don't you want that silhouette, ladies, on your wall? Or boys, you can put it on your wall too. It's 2017. We ain't judging. We just give a fuck if you buy. Oh, you ain't buying two posters? Get the fuck out. So
yeah. I mean, it's another addition to the tropical house phenomena in K-pop. It's do you know whether you're going to be in on it if you're not sick of tropical house yet? If you're not sick of tropical house and K-pop yet, then here's another one. You might enjoy it. I'm not, so I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was super bright and cool.
It's still good, but it just has it has a sound that I'm already that's starting to get to me because I'm hearing it a lot right now.
Oh yeah.
But it's still a good sound, right? There's nothing necessarily wrong with the sound. It's just getting close to that overused point. So that's just,
oh, it's my rubber ramble.
I just want to keep the flavor going. You know what I mean? I just want to keep the flavor going.
Yeah.
But all right. So moving on to Winter's other song, which is called "Love Me, Love Me." And guess what? The guy in the back. Did you say a Flower Boy song as well? Yes. This is also a Flower Boy song. Less island. Actually, no, it's still island.
It's less tropical house, I think, than the other.
Yeah,
one,
it's less tropical house.
Still of a similar style.
But they're very, very similar.
Our buddy Drew Snyder in the chat asking if Jay Cutler is K-pop. No, but it's permeating my world. But as you were saying,
so like I said, this kind of just still has that same appeal to it, polos and shorts and summertime and super pretty boys and and
that hair,
like I said,
put on him.
It's not bad. It's not bad in any way. It's just we're overusing the sound, people. All right, we're just. I don't need to hear that fucking that island drum. Like I don't need to hear that. Never saw.
I'm just grateful we're getting songs from Winter. Like just it's been rough. It's been rough for a little bit, so I'm just grateful for that. But
did you not like the 2-week stint that they let Icon release songs in between Winter releases?
I don't know about that.
It's your turn. You got 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
Them not so much. But I like the
Island Boys rolling.
Yeah. Yes, keeping the Island Boys.
Dude, I got to get through these Island Boys songs real quick. I can't linger on them. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't. All right.
Them pastel shirts are getting to you. You're gonna. I know. If you want it, I know where you can get a good guayabera.
I mean, I'll just go to Express and pay $45 for a fucking polo. All right. So speaking of more
Panama
tropical house, tropical trap, the boys from Monster X decided to throw their hand into the Flower Boy pot, and not as good as the two Winter songs, but still not bad. But once again, we're overusing this theme.
Yeah. I think it's once something. It's just you're gonna have to accept it. We're gonna have to accept once something is a thing, it's gonna be driven to the ground.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a good song.
Wait, remember when both of these groups were like hardcore gangsters?
Yeah.
I do.
Epic Farm remembers. I think you're just gonna end up with them trying out different styles. The boy groups, no matter what style what concept they are, they have a demographic. They're a boy group.
Yeah.
So they're never not gonna at some point they're never gonna forget where their bread is buttered, and that is with teenage girls finding these Korean boys attractive, and you can do that with intense brooding hard hip hop, or you can do it with this Flower Boy concept. Also, I appreciate this being a low key Lipton ad. I don't know how low key it was, but it's a nice thing. It's nice seeing them get endorsement deals. It's working things.
Yeah. The low key. We talked about this concept so long ago, where your music video is nothing more than a commercial. And then just like, how many products can you sell me? And how long is this? How long is this video? Yeah, okay, in 4 minutes. How many products can you sell me?
Yeah. And in all fairness, I think it would probably be a lot worse if it was like because Korea has a little bit of like a thing where they don't like the product placements. At least the Korean like standards and practices. Sometimes they get a little testy. But I will say, like, it reminds me of the joke of if you've ever seen that video, which I imagine a lot of people have seen it. The why doesn't MTV play music videos anymore?
Yeah,
like, and in the thing they go to the part where the guy's like dressing down why because nobody watches music videos anymore, or at least not into the point of somebody it could sustain a TV network. But like the one part was like, how you have that shiny iPhone or that that Budweiser or that whatever it is that you see those product placements. That's how the music video gets made. It's like the only reason that music video got made is because of those those endorsement deals. So like it's so integral. Like if it wasn't for those, we wouldn't have they wouldn't be able to leave the studio. Like, if it wasn't for those deals, this would just be in a warehouse in Suwon or something like that. You know, this wouldn't be out in the fields like it is now.
So true. All right. Ugh. Blech. Okay. I'm sorry about that. So, on to something else. Pretty much at this point, we featured the whole Bleached album from Loco. And I don't see why we wouldn't continue to feature songs from it, because I need to buy this album, among other things that I need to buy. So, this is Rewind from Loco. And it's Loco. Loco is now in that list for us on this show with Zion T, where like it's just good shit. It's just good music. It's good fucking hip hop. I love it, and it's just great. And he fucking wins me over day in and day out.
Yeah, I think this is super chill and super cool, and like it's a fun little video. I just saw it pop up a little when it came up on my subscriptions on 1-K, and it was just a cool chill listen. Like, it was a fun little video and just a cool chill listen. Like, it just kind of like has just a good feel to it.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's so like, I don't know what it is about Loco, but man, like he put so much work into his craft. Even like these chill songs, you can just hear the effort.
Yeah,
like you can hear the effort put into it. Like, it is such a relaxed, chill, just fucking vibe out jam. Like, but you can just hear the effort that he put into it, and I love it. I love that about his music.
And I can appreciate that you were able to ignore the fact that there was a fidget spinner involved in the.
I was going to mention it, and then I was like, I respect Loco enough to not mention it.
Like, you know what? He's got all this quality work. He's put in all this quality music. Let the man have his fidget spinner. Yeah.
For now. If it's in another video, we're going to have to have a fucking conversation. Get one fucking video to have a fidget spinner in, okay? All right? Okay.
I endeavor to no longer get mad at things for becoming things. Yeah. But I can definitely understand your frustration.
If you had a fidget cube, you'd be cooler because those are rare.
All right.
I don't even think anybody knows what a fidget cube is. I just introduced them to a new product. They're like, what? What did you just say? Yeah, bitch, a fidget cube.
All right.
Look it up.
Fidget toy gatekeeping aside. This is exciting. I definitely want to check out this album. I'm excited because now I speaking of, I'll transition to what's new for me. I think is it new since? I mean, I don't know if I've even mentioned on the show that I'm a licensed driver now. I'm a 33-year-old man, finally got my driver's license, but I've actually been like driving myself to work and stuff, and like getting good practice in. So that means, for what pertinent to this show, is I can go to the K-pop in USA store. That's up in, I think, West Palm Beach. I think at this point.
Palm Beach, homie.
So
sitting on the beach, partner.
Up there in Palm Beach County, West Palm Beach, I think, or somewhere around there. Like, it's north. It's like way far away. But I'll be able to drive there and maybe even do like a little adventure video about it. To pick up albums like the Loco album, or like the album that I'm really excited about and I'm glad has been released, and I'm hyped about. This is the big release. Almost me being second on the list almost kind of buries the lead, but this is the big release, at least for me, just as the so on. Girls' Generation, and make you feel the heat. Girls' Generation, speaking of kind of like a summer jam party track, are back with their sixth album, their official sixth album. holiday night, and they had a couple of tracks released as promotional tracks. One of them being "Holiday," and it is a super fun track. Kind of reminds you of like a kind of a musical almost in some respects. It feels like, I think in some ways it feels like it very kind of back to their younger selves classic K-pop track, classic girl group track. It very much feels like it gives a vibe of like they're stepping back into kind of being a little bit more bubbly, but in this track to at least kind of connect it to like back in their days, but it still has that maturity about it, and they look fantastic. The styling is really cool. Other than Yuna, other than somebody made the joke that Yuna kind of looks like kind of reminds me one of the scene in Ace Ventura of with when Ace was undercover in the institution. He was rocking that tutu with the boxer shorts and the t-shirt. That was a little moment, but other than that, it's just a really good video, and the song is super fun, and it's super catchy, and it fits well on the album. It's a really good promotional track. I don't know. Well, what did you think, Kaz?
It was okay. I wasn't super duper in love with it, but I've never really. I've been very hit or miss with Girls' Generation songs, but I still enjoyed it, and I still thought it was fun. Like I still liked a lot of things about it, but it's just kind of in the ether of K-pop to me.
Yeah. I've always been hooked in. So, and I could say like there's several songs there's a couple of songs on the album that are like that I could see like I enjoyed listening to them, but I could definitely see like if you aren't a fan, you probably aren't really engaged, at least on the album. This one, I guess I could definitely see that. But it was a super fun track. But yeah, Holiday, fun video, fun track. And then it was accompanied by the other track, which I think is an even better one, even more of a jam, All Night. The weird thing that they did with the All Night was they had a documentary version of the video that they released as first, which is the video, and then it was interspersed with various interviews of the different members, which was nice. It's like it had the kind of the fan service feel, because it was kind of like this is their tying it into kind of reminiscing of their time together, which makes sense because this year is their 10th anniversary. In fact, I think right now, as of we're recording it, which is the 5th, it's like I think the date of their debut, I believe. So it's like 10 years exactly. So this is like kind of has them reminiscing back to their debut years and to now. So this like kind of had those interviews, which is nice. It was kind of like a waiting step, kind of a waiting process for them to finally release the, I guess what they called the clean version, which is confusing because when you see clean version, you assume there's an explicit version. It's like it makes you think it's like Girls' Generation with like that. But
I don't know why they worded it that way.
I don't know. But once they put out the regular version, you get an actual feel of the song and the flow of the song, which is a lot better. And I really enjoyed it. It's a fun summer bop. It's a fun like party track. I don't know about summer bop, but it's just a fun bop of a song. The video looks great and it's really cool. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the like all night party nightclub feel, even though it was very obviously a high school gymnasium that they were having their all night party nightclub.
Hey man, parties are parties wherever you party because you party and you're partying all night, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know what?
It's a converted high school that they turned into a club.
Yeah, when you're
Tell me
Girls'
that's
Generation,
not a cool concept.
Yes. When you're girls' generation, the party comes to you no matter where you're at. You know, and that's just the way it is. But I will say the two sticking points, and I think they're the same sticking points that Asian Junkie pointed out. For me, the intro was odd, like not about intro, but like the little opening part was like, I like to party. It was a little odd, but I don't care. Two sticking points: the always triggering singing into the wrong end of the side address microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Been in this business 10 years, Soo-young. At this point, you never bothered learning where to sing into that microphone. And also, whoever decided it was a good idea to have Tiffany rap, no, not a good idea. I mean, I'm not going to say Hyoyeon was any better, but if Hyoyeon didn't have that rap, what else would she be doing? But Tiffany, you're the lead vocalist. Maybe stay in your lane. But other than that, it's just a super fun song, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know. Well, what did you think, Kaz?
I mean, I enjoyed it, but I think I enjoyed the other song more than this one.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch the doc. I mean, I need to watch the documentary version just to kind of get a sense of like what it is that I enjoy about it. Like
I think
if that makes sense.
I think the clean version was going to help you understand what you like about the song.
Well, yeah, that's about the song, but like that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out how I want to word that. Like I kind of more meant like because there's an enjoyable part of like I don't know what I mean, dude. Leave me alone.
I think a lot of it works really well, and I'm glad to have the song, and I've enjoyed listening to the album. Just I don't know. I will admit I'm such a mark for Sunish Day at this point, and it's just I just ended up enjoying the whole thing, and I'm gonna I've been having it as like my car jam for at least one drive to work. Just kind of roaming to work, listening to Sunish Day, blasting on my radio. God damn it! What the fuck did YouTube just recommend a fucking reaction video? Seeing that face, fuck that. I'm not gonna say who, but God, why? No, not interested. But yeah, Sunish Day. Keeping it on top. A couple other tracks. I'm gonna talk about the new GFriend track. So it definitely is. So GFriend came back with a new mini and a new track. The track "Love Whisper." It's definitely a return to form after that little experiment with a quote unquote girl crush concept, quote unquote, with a Fingertip. They decided, hey, let's go ahead and go back to the well on this powerful innocence concept. And it's a good song. I would say it's a good song. It's not as catchy. It doesn't have as strong of a hook as their previous songs, even with this concept previously. But it's good, and I think
it's cool.
It works well. I mean, the one, like, the big worry, of course, is like if they get stuck into this like cycle where they're where this is the concept that they're sticking with, because it works for them. My big worry is that I'm gonna end up feeling like with them like I do with A-Pink, where I love the girls because they're hilarious and they're fun to watch on TV shows and stuff, but their music loses my interest over time.
Yeah,
it's not quite there yet,
it only gains or loses your interest on certain concepts.
Yeah,
like A-Pink on a certain concept swing you're like, fuck yeah, A-Pink, you know? And then every other concept song, you're like, I don't give a fuck.
Like it's just,
which is kind of how I like. I love A-Pink, but there are times where I'm just like, huh, yeah. Okay. And then they hit that swing where they're doing shit that I like from A-Pink, and I'm like, oh shit, have I told you how much I love A-Pink? You know, like, start yelling.
Yeah. It's the thing to worry. So far, it's not quite to that level yet. I mean, this still has a lot to enjoy and engage with, but it's I wish it had a stronger hook. I wish it was a little bit catchier, but you know, if it works for them, it works for them. So good for them. Yeah. Moving on. I wanted to feature a cool little Japanese track that came across my subscription feed from another one from the YouTube channel Space Shower Music, but which I think is a publisher, if I remember correctly. Paellas with the song Shooting Star. This is a cool little dance rock, kind of disco-y track, and it's pretty super catchy and danceable, and you can bop your head to it, and it's a super enjoyable song. The video is interesting. I mean, it's super straightforward and basic, just shots of them performing in various like spots, and then like people dancing around. But it's pretty straightforward. But the music is really cool. The song is really cool, and it's super fun and catchy. What did you think, Kaz? Yeah. Yeah. I think it's one of those things where it came across my feed and that I enjoy it. I will say, like, I don't know. It's gonna have to show. It will have to. They'll have to show something interesting going forward. But as a singular experience, I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
But as you were about to say.
Like, I don't know.
It's not tight. There you go.
Yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, there are your thoughts. It's still a neat song that I think people might get a kick out of. Okay, I held it on there too long. Yeah. So definitely go check it out.
I don't know. It's not really much to say about it, right? It's kind of just like kind of weird one-off thing.
Yeah. So go check it out. Still worth. I'd still recommend checking out Space Shower Music because they have some interesting bands on there.
Yeah. No. Like, I mean, I'm trying to think without sneezing. And actually formulate a thought. Like we've had these kind of like indie poppy bands on here before that have kind of broken the genre, you know, within that Korean pop thing, like or within the Korean music scene, where it's just like it's that sound you're familiar with, but they're doing something interesting. Whereas this just sounds like indie pop that you hear in America, you know. Yeah. Which is it bad? I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just not super innovative or super interesting. It's just indie pop.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a really cool thing. But it's worth checking out. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's probably not something that's revolutionary, but it's it's a fun song. Yeah, go check it out. All right, so we'll transition over to our headlines. That's all for what's new, what's got our attention. Transition over to talk about some fun little headlines. So join us over there, won't you? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our headline segment. Talk about some topical topics, things that are going on in the world of East Asian pop culture. Not a lot of stuff, just a couple of little quick headlines that I thought were worth looking at and perusing. Let's start us off. So,
Let's start.
yeah.
I mean,
kind of a bummer, but Reina basically confirms Orange Caramel are dead. Long live Orange Caramel. Reina, who's released a song, a cute little kind of you can go check it out. It's called Loop or dinner, movie, and coffee. It's a summer jam. I didn't feature it just because it's a song. It's a song about dating routines, and it's and dating by the numbers, and it's a song was created by the numbers. Fittingly enough, that's most we'll talk about that. But she's cute, and she's part of Orange. She was part of Orange Caramel, so she was our guest on Yoon Hyungbin's and Yang Se-hyung's two-man show recently. And when asked why Orange Caramel hasn't done anything, Reina basically admitted the group's dead. Quote, Reina laughed over his enthusiasm and admitted, quote, I'm asked that a lot. I'd like it if we did too. But I think there are a lot more junior artists at our agency now, including groups and solo artists, end quote. Reina said they had been planning to do something new and even recorded for it, but the agency decided to look for something better for them. Quote, it kept getting delayed over time, she said. We've also gotten older, and I think the agency wonders if it would be good for us if we continue with this image, end quote, she added. When the host insisted that LF fans want them to return, Reina said, quote, yes, I think it's a shame too, end quote. While she doesn't explicitly say it's dead, she basically says nicely that the company doesn't think it's worth the effort. With 17 proceeding, leading to a revitalization of the company, not to mention the rise of Newest. It definitely seems like Pledis Entertainment won't be fucked to do anything for Orange Caramel, as per Agent Junkie's article. Much less after school, anytime soon, whatever. So this is like the putting a galvanization to something where that most people just figured anyways, but it's still seeing it so kind of like crystallized into a fact that something as fun as Orange Caramel is probably not going to see the light of day again. Is kind of a bummer.
I mean, it was a fun group, but this is the thing we've talked about in the past, right? Where you have these moments of sitting on it for way too long. And then if they decide to do the stuff that they've been sitting on, it sounds super old by the time it gets out. So you end up with just something that feels out of place, right? Because they sat on it. And by the time you get around to it, you're just like, something feels weird about this. Something feels like just off about it. And like, why does it feel off? Why does it feel so weird? Like, why does it seem so out of place? And that's because it is. Yeah. So it just ends up in a really just odd.
Yeah. It's kind of a bummer. But I mean, you can kind of understand how it's a different time now. I wish Lizzie was busier. Somebody should be hiring Lizzie for something. But Nana is an actress, an actor. I mean, sorry, Nana is an actor now. And she's kind of moved on to a different image, and modeling stuff. Reina is now pumping out the coffee shop jams. And they are older and they've moved on to different images and different parts of their career. So you understand why it's probably not something that they really feel the need to come back to, but damn, they weren't such a fantastic group that put out some quality jams. And you hate to see them go. After school, I'm not too concerned about. Because, they had some cool songs, but they had their time. But Orange Caramel in particular, you wish that they would continue on past the lifespan of After School. But, you understand things change. Times they are changing. Especially in K-pop. So many things in K-pop have such a short shelf life. And it's a shame. But yeah. Speaking of fun girl groups, GFriend again. Talk about GFriend. GFriend have leveled up from slipping on a wet stage to bleeding on a wet stage. GFriend became known to many for powering through a performance on an absurdly dangerous wet stage, despite constantly slipping in their choreography. Now, for their Love Whisper comeback on Show Champion, they performed in the water, and Yuju was bleeding for some reason. This seems less than ideal, but it should come as a shock to nobody that Yuju carried on professionally, and the stage itself was quite unique as well. We're all waiting for the dance version, obviously. It's probably no big deal, but it's definitely like the level up of the determination to having their own like slip and fall stage, to kind of doing the K-pop recreation of Kurt Schilling's Bloody Sock. Like you gotta love the determination. What do you think?
It's all part of the kayfabe, dude. She cut herself. I know what happened. All right, don't lie to me, dude. I know what happened. No, it was probably just like a freak accident, and she probably didn't even notice it. Maybe.
Yeah,
I've had those.
As men
where
with
you're
facial
bleeding
hair,
more than you even know you're bleeding.
As men with facial hair, I can imagine exactly what it is. She probably nicked herself shaving her legs, and it was like she didn't notice it at first. She thought it wasn't really bleeding all that bad, but then it's one of those things like you nick yourself shaving, you think, it's not that bad. Look away, and then suddenly you look back and it feels like it looks like somebody slit your throat, but stopped but changed was gonna slit your throat, but changed their mind as part of it. It's like part way through.
Yeah.
So it's probably something like that, but it is still like fun to kind of speculate on the leveling up of the determination angle. What will be the next thing?
It's just gonna be proven how tough GFriend is. Next, they perform in fire, inside of a live volcano.
They'll perform with to keep the sports theme. They'll perform with one of them, with at least one of them, maybe even two of them. Have the flu, very visibly have the flu right before. You can see them backstage like sweating, but then they come out, bust out of flawless performance, and then at the end, like that person collapses, like, "Oh, did we win?" And then they win the trophy, and then they throw up in the cup. It's just fantastic stuff. GFriend, keep it up, hang in there, fighting.
Oh,
Gesundheit.
Jesus, my face. Can't. Keep going.
My face. All right, let's move. Let's go forward. Wonder Woman promoted in Japan with idol song, quote, "A woman can't sleep alone," end quote, angering some fans. Detractors call the title and lyrics of Nogisaka 46's song, the video for which has just been released, a poor fit for the independent DC Comics star. Wonder Woman doesn't have much of an existing position in the Japanese popular imagination, but a number of Japanese fans who are familiar with the character weren't pleased when some ads made a noticeable point of her lack of romantic interest. Now, though, it's the film's Japanese language image song that some are saying betrays the essence of the character. Let me see. Yeah. So now that it betrays the essence, due no so small part to the title, Ona ha hitori ja nerenai, which translates to "A woman can't sleep alone." The song is by idol singer unit Nogisaka 46, the quote official rivals end quote of AKB48. Though producer Yasushi Akimoto is in charge of both groups. You're playing both sides of the angle. You profit either way. Working that kayfabe. Nogisaka 46 is also acting as Wonder Woman's official ambassador in Japan, participating in cross-promotional projects, one of which is "A Woman Can't Sleep Alone," being designated as the image song of the film. They also have a video, but it's J-pop, so obviously I can't play it. The online criticisms I've included, quote, "This is Wonder Woman we're talking about. She should have a stronger sounding song. If you're going to choose an image song for Wonder Woman, shouldn't it be a powerful song about the beauty of life? You're saying Wonder Woman can't sleep alone. Please don't put this image song in Japanese subtitled theatrical release. As someone who likes Nagasaki 46 in American comics, I'm really disappointed by the title and lyrics. Things like that. And it has a rundown of lyrics and some of the defenses. It is a poor choice of optics for this, especially for something that's supposed to kind of be a cool, empowering character and movie, even if it's not a huge hit over there, it's still prominent, and it's still kind of a bummer. I don't know. Did you have thoughts on this?
It's just bad promotion in the people who set this up, not having an understanding of the character, what the character is supposed to mean, or anything like that.
Yeah, I think if they had they had a little bit more of an understanding, especially like the fact that originally there was apparently such a focus on the fact that she's single or something like that, or like which I didn't see that some of the promotion for that. Especially with how few female led superhero movies are. Like there's like hardly any. Just in general. So it's one of those things that it's bad optics. It should have been considered a lot more. But it's you see how it happens, because it's not a thing that they're maybe familiar with, because it's American comics. It's not something that maybe hugely present in Japan, but especially if they're going to put money into this and put effort and all this, they should do a lot more research and work onto it.
Yeah, no, you have to pay attention to the character, right? Like, you have to pay attention to the actual thing you're promoting to promote it. You can't just kind of half-ass be like, a strong woman, yeah? Okay, yeah. Okay, need man. Good. Strong woman, need man. Yeah, we got it. Like, no, there's other things to this. No, don't worry. We got this. Don't worry. Girls, okay, this is the concept. Strong woman, man. You got it, right? Sure, whatever. No, I think you're missing the point. Let me explain more. Shh. We're already recording. Nobody even wrote anything. What the fuck are you recording? Don't worry about this. We got this.
Yeah. So, yeah. Hopefully this is something where they can learn from this. You hope that they can learn from this. They probably won't learn from this. But hey, one can hope. One can hope and wish with all their might. Alright, but moving on. Speaking of strong women asserting their way, Snooper got assaulted by some Super Ajuma while busking. Things happen every day where you think would never happen, and that now includes Snooper getting assaulted by an Ajuma during a busking event. And you can see this event. You can see the footage right here. Oh. She goes in. It's like what? Like, yo, want to start some shit? Like, that's a shove that starts some shit. Like, yeah. What?
That's
why did
just
this?
A straight out like, yo, we fighting. Hands have been thrown, and it is on. Like, you got the lines have been crossed. There is no prerequisite. You went from dare to triple dog dare. It's done. So yeah, it's done.
Why did this old lady hit Taeung? Because their event was supposedly disturbing her business. In response to it, May, which still catches me off guard because I keep wanting to say Midway, which makes me think like it's being run by Dave Lang and a bunch of those other people, John Vignacchi. But May Entertainment basically said that the assault took place, but the public relations of charging an old lady is not great, so they're going to let it die. Quote, it was an assault, but there were no big injuries or accidents. We apologized to the old lady and wrapped up our showcase successfully. Most important lesson to come out of all this is that old person strength is a real phenomenon. It's hilarious.
Flower Boys don't have fucking actual physical strength.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, let's just face it, sometimes old people do a little bit of bullying. And, that's not just in Korea. That's kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
And people are kind of speculating. And honestly, they probably said that there's a good chance that they may not have asked for permission to be there, or they just shown up to some place to busk because they couldn't get a concert hall. But yeah, I mean, and of course, if you ask that lady, she probably has no idea who the hell these people are, or even notice that there was even a camera. It's just they're making noise outside of my store, and these children need to stop.
Cut that racket.
You cut that
racket out.
Get off my lawn. Yeah. Don't mess with Ajamas. I don't know. What do you have any further thoughts, reactions, hopes, dreams?
No, that old lady. You say some other shit. That old lady coming after me next. I ain't got time for that. You saw what she did to that boy. And I ain't been in a gym in I don't know how long. Yo, she will take me out in two hits. Not even one.
She'll bust out the switch. To whoop your behind. So watch out for old ladies when you're out busking. Yeah. Important thing. All right. That brings us to the close of another fantastic and concise little episode of Hallyujuku. Kaz, what's going on? What do you got going on in your world?
Truthfully, I'll way too much video games, not enough content creation. And I'm trying to reverse those. I'm trying really hard to reverse those. Or I'm trying to turn one into the other. I don't know yet. Haven't figured it out. This is the spice of life, boys. Also, I've been watching the show that me and Petey are going to do a talks for, hopefully really, really soon. I've just kind of been, like I said, I've been busy doing things that I shouldn't be doing, and then planning for Vegas.
Yeah, which we'll be doing Vegas together, so we might even do a talks about that, because I think we're gonna.
Yeah.
My plan is for us to hit up a few eateries, especially Korean eateries. There's specifically there's a really cool place that kind of reminds me of what you would imagine. Very inspired by cart bars, cart bar style. That's really cool. So I'm looking forward to us doing that, and I might do something a little bit experimental with that episode of Hallyujuku Talks. So look out for that. Yeah, he's a King Kaz. I'm a Petey Rave. The show is Hallyujuku. It's Hallyujuku.com. Kpoppodcast.com is a really easy way to share it with your friends. Rebelli.net for the Sun of the shows. Rebelli TV on YouTube and on Twitch for when I stream, us recording the episode. Like I mentioned over the chat.
Well, didn't they tell you? Don't you know?
Yeah, look for us everywhere you can find podcasts. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, all over the place. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, hasta los huevos.
Huevos loastos.
Give it to me straight, Doctor.
Onion. Fighting.
Give it to me straight, Doctor. Why, I think you're crazy.